Hey, welcome to the Gerken Show, where we get our kicks out of watching people succeed. I'm your host, Gerken, and that time is now. Very excited about my guest today. I have a good friend, Rob Cunningham with ATMS Consulting. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you, Jerry. It's an honor to be here.
It's awesome to see you. You sent me a bio, and there's a lot of information, man. You're a very well versed and traveled man, and I kind of just want to leave it up to you to kind of give us a little bit of background about who you are and what you do, and give the listeners an idea about what's going on.
Okay. I'm originally from Arkansas. I've been up here 20 years. I've had ATMS Consulting for the past 8 years. Been heavily involved with networking. I was a board member for Allen Park Chamber of Commerce, still a member there. Member of the Detroit and Downriver Business Association, um, the Miami Chamber of Commerce, and also I was president of WIN Networking Group, and I'm a member of the best networking group I've ever found, Finley, BNI Finley.
That's awesome. Yeah, we share that same opinion about our BNI group. That's one of the reasons why, from our interactions through that group, I wanted to have you as a guest on the show. I want to talk a little bit about Arkansas. Just give me an idea about when you're in Arkansas, what's your go-to order at your favorite restaurant in Arkansas?
I'd have to say the chopped pig salad at the Dixie Pig.
Chopped pig salad at the Dixie Pig.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Can you be any more specific?
I tell you, barbecue. It's like a barbecue salad, and they make their own sauces. Also, a chopped pig sandwich. They're about that big at the Cream Castle. That's always a favorite as well. Barbecue's pretty big back home.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. I would have thought maybe you'd say something about catfish or something, because isn't catfish pretty common down there?
I love some catfish, and I love to go catfishing. I do miss it.
Yeah. So I think that if you're a small business owner, you need to listen to what you have to offer, and I think that it would be a really great opportunity. And I know that with all of your networks, and especially what you do, you can work with anybody around the world. But with your consulting company, you guys do uh, zero fee credit card processing. You eliminate all the credit card processing costs, and there's no contracts and there's no equipment fees. But how do people take advantage of this? Let's say somebody already has a processor. What sets you guys apart?
What sets us apart, first and foremost, is never going to do a contract on processing. I don't believe in it. I come from a time and place when business was done on a handshake, and I still firmly believe in that motto. I want people to stay with me because they like what we're doing, they love the pricing, and I'm there for them. I'm working in an industry that has 60% attrition, and I have 98.2% retention. And the way that I do that is by providing the best value, no contracts, free equipment, even free paper.
Wow. So what's the I wouldn't say target market, but what's the niche for you as far as the size of business that you can help the most?
I can help any size. I love, in particular, in small business owners. Can be particularly helpful with restaurants, boutiques, salons, anything of that nature where the average ticket is smaller. The cash discount is designed to work perfectly with merchants that have an average ticket of $300 or below, and it eliminates all of their costs.
I just had a comment that popped in from Nick Smith. He was one of my former wrestlers, and he says, "I can take you in wrestling, coach." That was one of the funny ones. I would always give these young guys a shot at the title, but I never lost.
Always on top.
Yeah. It was fun, but a lot of times I would pick on the smaller guys because I was bigger, so that was an unfair advantage. But as a mentor and a coach, I never showed him everything.
Oh no,
But
absolutely not.
you got to keep a few tricks up your sleeve as you're getting older. You got to have an unfair advantage somewhere in there.
It,
But Go ahead.
And you and I, we're the same age. We've got the same birthday and everything.
I know, isn't that crazy? When we did a 1-to-1 a while back at breakfast and came to realize that we're both born on the same day in the same year, and it was just that's a new one on me. I've never met anybody that shared the same birthday and year,
I
so
mean,
that's pretty cool. So especially talking about small businesses right now because of this pandemic, a lot of them are struggling because they're not able to open or they're not as busy as they once were. So I definitely think this can resonate with them to see how you can save them money once everything opens back up, and even now for that matter.
definitely for restaurants, we have curbside options. We have online ordering. We have free placements on some point of sale systems. We have others that aren't free placement but are far ahead of the game for this particular time for contactless, touchless. Have excellent resources and systems for food trucks. We can definitely help with restaurants, and not just that, but we have curbside for retail as well. It's contactless, it's safer, and we can place it for free.
How does the excuse me? How does the touchless work?
So you have Google Pay, Apple Wallet, and those types of devices. You have to have a terminal or a POS system that's set up Bluetooth or NFC, and they can use their device directly from their phone, or they can use it directly from their phone or their iPad to pay with the Google Wallet and the different pay apps, and they never have to touch the terminal at all.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's definitely going to become more relevant with everything that's going on right now. One other question: how does the surcharging and cash discount work?
Surcharging and cash discount are different. Cash discount functions on the premise that the regular price is actually going to, the cash price is the discounted price. There's a convenience fee for using the card. It's a little bit confusing because in the surcharge you're passing on a fee as well. But with cash discounts, the emphasis is on encouraging them to use cash to save that percentage there.
Gotcha. But overall, I mean, in our conversations, what pops out to me is that you can save small businesses a ton of money because they're not going to be paying these fees.
We guaranteed. I've had a guarantee for the past 7 years that I could beat any rate out there by 30% or more, backed by $2,000 cash. And now with the cash discount, I can save 100%. Now these other companies that are using cash discount, they're charging a monthly fee. We don't charge a monthly fee whatsoever.
Gotcha, gotcha. So hey, another quick side note question: what do you wish you had known when you started out?
I wish that when I first started, because I started with the wrong processor that didn't have the Christian core values that I do and wasn't reputable. So I had to do some backtracking and take my people to where they were in a better situation, where they were being taken care of. I wish I would have known exactly how corrupt this industry was and what I was dealing with so that I would have known to look out for it. It's okay now because I have 90 partners in place and I have good partners in place, but it would have helped out at the start for sure.
Yeah, so you had to take a few steps backwards and see the forest for the trees, and now you're operating at a high level, from my understanding. Didn't you just win a pickup truck, a new pickup truck for your production?
I did. I won a brand new Chevy Silverado a couple of years ago for being the number two, not number one. I missed number one, but I did get number two out of 2,500 offices. And I was just told a couple of days ago that for the top processor that I have now, which is right in Detroit, Michigan, I am the top producer for new business for the entire month. They told me I went in beast mode when COVID happened. So everybody else is on their couch getting fat. But even like those that have like 5, 10 team members, I'm beating them too. So I've been really blessed with that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think also one of the things that I want everybody to understand is you talk about your Christian values, and you're definitely a man of integrity, and I think that that resonates with people once they find out that you do have that guarantee, which I think you just put that out there so people will give you a shot. but it has zero to do with the guarantee, because you're going to follow through with what you say you're going to do.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. That is exactly why I put it out, because the industry that I'm working in, and I wanted to stand out. Everybody has always thought from the beginning that what I'm offering is too good to be true. So I needed something to get them to pay attention to me enough to know that I was doing exactly what I said. And now I have all the testimonials and the client references to back me up as well.
I've said for a lot of years, and when I was coaching to athletes, and then even young salespeople that I mentor, that talk is cheap. You prove by results. There's a lot of people that talk a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's the results that speak for you. And I can see that definitely in you, and obviously being number two in the country in your industry, and now taking the lead. It sounds like during this pandemic, probably be number one.
I have great mentors like Jerry Gerken.
uh, you're too kind. Okay, what are you curious about right now? Like, what's your passion?
My passion is helping others. It always has been. I have a degree in psychology, and that's why I went into it. And it's kind of interesting. I went into psychology and business management, and it's worked perfect for what my passion is now, is helping small business owners and helping their bottom line, putting more money back in their pocket, and giving them somebody they can count on when it comes to the credit card processing.
Cool. So I heard an analogy earlier, and I wanted to share it because I think it's really relevant. The difference between a thermometer and a thermostat. Have you ever heard of that?
I'm not sure. I'm,
Well,
I,
I'll explain it and maybe it'll come out. But you know, a thermometer, it ebbs and flows with the temperature. If your body's cold, if your body's hot, if the outside temperature is cold, or if it's hot, and it kind of just ebbs and flows and gravitates to where the temperature is. But a thermostat is something that you intentionally set. So you intentionally set this thermostat to be at this degree. So, from a business perspective, because we talk about personal growth and development a lot in my podcast, but we're talking a little bit about business here and intentionality in your personal life as well. But if you look at your life as a thermostat, and you set that temperature or that goal or that where you want to be at, and then you're intentional about it, then it's more likely that you're going to accomplish what you're sought after. But I thought that analogy was really cool to get my head wrapped around, being intentional. And then when you go into any situation, what is the intended outcome?
the
You ask yourself that question. What's the intended outcome of why are we doing what we're doing? What's the intended outcome? And that can be in anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. The intended outcome always, for me, is not just to create a new client, but create a new family member, because my clients are my family.